What kind of address should you have when going for business credit? Are the banks continuing to decline you when you are going for business credit? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Realm of Credit channel, where we get into personal credit, business credit, entrepreneurship, and credit repair. Okay, so how should your address be set up when going for business credit? All right, now some people say that your address should be separate from your personal address where you actually live at. Some people say you should have like a virtual office. So look, y'all, today when it comes to addresses, a lot of banks are not really going for virtual offices because they're kind of hip to that now. I don't know how they really are able to figure out what are virtual offices or not, but you do have a lot of banks that are hip to virtual offices, and they know how to pick them out when you are applying for business credit. Okay, and this is what's been getting a lot of individuals, decline when it comes to applying for business credit. Now, the thing is, you can use your personal address. And you can actually use a brick and mortar address. Now, some individuals may say, well, I do a lot of my work, online. I really don't have a brick and mortar. But the thing is, regardless, y'all, it would still help y'all. Now, can you get big lines of credit using your personal address? The answer is no. And the key word is big lines of credit. Okay, you cannot get big lines of credit. Now, can you get some lines of credit using your house address or apartment address, whatever it may be? Yes, you can. So some individuals may want to know, okay, how do I go about this? All right. So the thing is this right here. If you want to make if you want to get personal lines of credit of between, 3,000, 7,000, maybe $10,000, you may be able to get more. That depends on what bank it is. Some banks give out multiple cards. Banks like Truist, you can get all three cards. And let's say if you got about what 7,500, okay, each card. All right, that's a way using your home address that you can get a decent amount of credit. You're not going to be able to get something like 22,500 on one card, but with a bank like Truist using your home address, you may can get three cards at 75 a piece, which will equal up to about what 22,000, 22,500. All right. And that also goes for like lines of credit too. All right, if you're using your home address, you may can get a decent amount line of credit using your home address. But the thing is this: some may say, "Well, what do I do if I want to get bigger lines of credit?" All right, and I don't want to use my home address, and the banks are not looking at the virtual addresses. The thing what you can do, and this is what some individuals, this is what a handful of people do, entrepreneurs do. Some people may go actually look at a physical brick and mortar address. It may be it may be something like maybe a vacant building or something like that, and they'll use that address. They may also use an active address. All right, and what happens is they'll put that address down to the banks. Now, I'm not saying do this. I'm just telling you what some individuals do. All right, and they get their mail forwarded, okay, from that address to their home address. All right, so you don't just have mail going to those addresses. All right, but that's what I've seen people do to try to get the bigger lines of credit. Am I saying doing this? Not saying doing this, but I'm just telling you that this is the difference. All right, so if you have your home address, does not mean that you will not get business lines of credit or credit. You will, just not enough if you would have, okay, a brick and mortar address. And for some individuals, they actually rent the brick and mortar addresses. If okay, even if they're not using it, they'll just rent out like a small space, maybe a couple $100s a month. People actually do that. Okay, people who are actually serious about getting this credit, with the banks. And we all know that the more credit you get, okay, the more investing you can do, okay, and the more you can scale your business, okay, to bring in extra income, y'all. That's what we want to do. We want to get credit to bring in income. All right. So if y'all want to know more about more teachings on business credit, personal credit. I do have credit ebooks. I do have a Patreon. The links will be in the description and in the comments. And also, I do have a How to Fight Debt Collectors book coming. I have that book coming on the way as well. All right. So, check the links for the description for the Patreon and the credit repair ebook. Credit repair ebooks covers personal credit, business credit, and funding. Okay, so it's a 2 ebooks in one. All right. So I wanted to make this video for y'all, and thanks for tuning in. I will catch y'all on the next video. Outie.